Hello guys, and welcome back to another First Impressions. This time we are taking a look at the upcoming MOBA Gigantic. This game has been on my list to try for quite some time, and that's pretty rare because I'm not really a fan of MOBAs. But can we just take a look and embrace the art style and graphics of this game for a second? It really took me back to the Zelda Wind Waker and Borderlands days. I just had to play it. So I finally got in and played for a few hours, and I feel like I have enough experience to bring you guys a first impressions and review. Keep in mind my experience in this footage is from a pre-release build and the stress test of Gigantic. This review is based off my first impressions from the pre-release build. A lot could change, so please watch with an open mind. Now let's get into it. As a MOBA, you're probably expecting the usual MOBA features. Same kind of cash shop, turrets, a base to destroy, minions, the usual. However, Gigantic is quite different. Now the main hub and shop features are pretty typical. You have heroes you can browse through, different skins to unlock, a collection of badges and achievements you've earned, with the addition of daily cards that give you objectives to complete, such as kill X amount of enemies or play as this hero X amount of times, rewarding you with crown and prestige, the two different types of in-game currencies. You also have the options to buy creatures, which I will explain in a bit. Now, to the actual gameplay. The goal of this game is to destroy your enemy's guardian. You are either on the side with the giant bird or the giant serpent demon guy. The current map and game mode has 6 capture points where you summon a creature. Each player can have 3 creatures of their choice. From the pre-release build, we had 6 creatures to choose from, but they seem like the same creatures with different skins. When this game releases, I'm sure there will be a variety of creatures to choose from. When you start the match, it's best to summon creatures on the 3 points on your side of the map as quickly as possible. These creatures have different attacks and skills, and they are pretty much the turrets of the game. Summoning these creatures, killing enemy heroes and creatures all help boost your guardian's power bar. Once the power bar is full, your guardian will begin to make its move towards the enemy guardian. When your guardian attacks, it pins down the enemy guardian, making it vulnerable to your team's attacks. Skills and ults can also do a great deal of damage to the enemy guardian, not just basic attacks. Now when you are in the opposite position, having your guardian attack, building its power bar by completing certain objectives help give it a barrier to absorb some of the damage it's going to take. Each guardian has 3 bars of health, also shown as hearts. When they are gone, you either lose or you win. I've learned quite a bit playing through several matches, but not everything is quite clear to me. At certain points, your guardians enter the middle of the map. This might just be a sudden death kind of thing, or when both guardians have their power bars complete at the same time. I'm still not sure, but it's pretty badass. Playing on the side of what seems to be the evil guardian, he asks you to kill enemies to give him more attack power for when he makes his attack. I think the voice acting and the sound effects of this game are fantastic. Have a look. So as you play through the match, you level up and gain experience from summoning creatures, killing creatures, assist, killing enemies, and so on. Every time you level, you can level a skill. Each skill can be leveled twice, and each time you level, there seems to be 2 paths you can take. As you can see, I play with Trip. I love this character. Assassins have Cry written all over them no matter what game. Now for her ult, I can have it level and give me more bonuses with basic attacks, or after using it, it can reset my stamina. Speaking of stamina, your characters can run with shift. This is super important with chasing your enemies around, and doing a bad job at managing it could lead to you losing out on kills when your enemies run away. The map is super free. Though there are creatures on the enemy side, you can run over there at any time and you won't get one-shotted by these creatures or anything, unless you're standing by the enemy guardian. And as the match goes on, you may end up taking their creature spawns and placing your own down. I've always felt like a pleb when playing MOBAs, but this game made me feel like a god. I guess all the action MMOs I've played lately have been practice for this type of game. And if you haven't noticed yet, it's action combat. Left click for basic attack and right click for another, then you have Q and E and F being your ult. At first I was a bit frustrated because this stress test was to be a one-day thing and I couldn't even get a match, but eventually they fixed the problem. And I thought I'd give it another try, and man, I'm glad I did. The matches weren't too long, but also weren't too short. It's new, but if rank mode becomes a thing, or at higher level play, communication and role choice will probably play a huge role. There's so much freedom, and everyone seems to kind of do their own thing. But when creatures or guardians are attacked, teams come together. I do like that, and maybe it will stay like that. At the moment, it doesn't seem like role choice really matters. It's like choose whatever. People don't seem to have a problem, and every match I've played has been a victory. Maybe it's because I'm NA's best trip. And we already spoke on the graphics, and to some it may not be appealing, but every game releasing in our current year doesn't try to go for something super realistic or evolutionary. I'm very glad they decided to go with this cel shaded style. I think that's actually going to be one of the biggest things that sells this game, because it definitely did for me. The combat felt very fast paced, camera control was fine, combat animations were awesome, the optimization felt great. Only bad things I noticed was I couldn't move my mouse all the way to the right when at the main hub or navigation. Also, windowed and full screen mode were the only choices I had. And you guys know I love my borderless windowed mode. The last feature I want to speak about is character selection. No, you cannot play the same character, so be quick to grab the hero you want. That's it. So overall, this game was amazing. I had a blast playing it and will love playing this with friends. When it releases, this will in fact be my go-to game when I don't feel like grinding in MMOs. The graphics, gameplay, queue times, and all were so refreshing. I would highly recommend you give this a try, even if you aren't into MOBAs, because hell, I wasn't. Since this was a stress test and pre-release build, I'm not going to go into pros and cons, but I will share some thoughts on what I would like to see. I don't think anything should be changed as far as core gameplay goes, but I would definitely like to see a few more maps. MOBAs fail at this, and if I had to play on the same sandy canyon kind of map, I would probably subconsciously get bored of the game, even though it's very fast paced. It looks like they are planning to add more creatures, and seeing a wide variety to choose from would be awesome. And I couldn't tell if chat was enabled while choosing heroes. Having this enabled would probably help teams of random players with hero choosing, but then again, first come first serve with a disabled chat could also be good and less toxic. Playing other MOBAs, I've seen too many people fight over roles, and then someone decides to troll because they don't get the role they want. So with this, there isn't any room for bickering. Kind of a double-edged thing going on there. Also, heroes seem to be very easy to learn, so if you don't get the hero you want, choosing another one you never played won't be so bad. It might actually be a super fun experience. And as I mentioned earlier, borderless windowed mode would be a nice feature to have. Keep in mind, this is a MOBA, so a quick matchmaking games have a few matches destroying enemies on a select few maps and game modes. There's no story, character customization, or anything like that. So I can't rate this based off of those kind of features, because this is a different type of genre. So for what it is, a MOBA, I give this game a 9 out of 10. If they add more maps, maybe new game modes, creatures, borderless windowed mode, and maybe some new heroes sprinkled here and there, this will easily be a 10 out of 10 for a MOBA. I would highly recommend giving this game a try if it goes into another beta or when it releases. As always, thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this and would like to see more first impressions, consider subscribing to my channel. Let me know what you guys think of this game. Have you played it in its latest build, or do you plan on giving it a try? I'll be lurking down there in the comment section. Catch you guys in the next video. See you soon, friends.